Guess who just made a new video? The dude who made the Sifu choreos.
This is Pak Mei.
Jesse Enkamp just visited his dojo to showcase Pak Mei, a southern Chinese style that has some similarities with Wing Chun. And there's some stuff in that video that I just have to comment on, and as a special guest today, I have the one and only Jesse Enkamp. Dude, Jesse!
Hello?
It's me, bro, Ranton.
Rant.
We competed at the USDC together.
Oh, you're that Chinese dude I beat up.
I told you my pants were itchy that day.
Who gave you my number?
Well, nobody. I just thought because we're
Look,
buddies.
I'm on vacation, all right?
Oh, but...
Please don't call this number.
All right, but maybe we could collab some other...
Don't call me again.
Jesse Enkamp. And... Shout out.
Thanks, Jesse.
So I just watched his video and I recommend that you all check it out. I put it in the description. It's very entertaining.
We do light sparring, or you want us to kill ourselves?
Huh?
But sadly, the reality still is Pak Mei isn't for fighting. And I will try my best today to explain this with facts and logic. I'm gonna be calm and collected. I made some notes so I can explain this more succinctly and organizedly. This isn't meant to attack you as a human being. If you like Pak Mei, just chill for a second and try to listen.
Use several strikes like this.
I can see Benjamin knows how to move. His movement, I think, is very good. He has Ganja, 100% he has. He's good at his style, no doubt. When I say Pak Mei isn't for fighting, some people don't understand what I mean by that. Is Pak Mei more for fighting than collecting stamps? Yes. Is Pak Mei better for fighting than playing Valorant? Yes. Or golf? Yes. But that isn't what we're talking about when we're asking the question, is martial art X good for fighting? We always talk about compared to other martial arts.
We use this kind of strike, call it the ginger fist, because it's like that.
In the past, I've tried to explain the factor of efficiency. Time. How quickly will this teach you how to fight? But maybe this point isn't entirely clear, so I thought of a good example to illustrate this. Listen, imagine somebody with zero fighting experience. Like, nothing, zero, never done any martial art. And they have an MMA fight with the most open rule set possible coming up in 1 month against a pro. We all know they would get destroyed. No question. But what do we teach him if we want him to stand the best possible chance in good faith? Okay, no running away, no backing out of the fight, no going for the disqualification. What do we teach that person in 1 month to get the best possible foundation that would yield the most results? Pak Mei?
We don't want to put the elbow near the costa area or behind it.
Not in a million years. Wing Chun?
Are you crazy?
Shaolin Kung Fu?
Can I laugh in your face?
He needs to learn basic striking, basic wrestling, basic guard, basic BJJ, maybe just how to shrimp or hip escape, basic kicks maybe. Why? Because we know that these things will take you to the goal of learning how to fight as quickly as possible with as little nonsense as possible. This also is uncontested. This is only contested, I'm sorry, by delusional retards who are still stuck in some weird McDojo cult. I'm sorry.
Why don't we see this being used more in combat sports, do you think?
This is pain right away. You start to condition and you have pain. It takes time, sweat, I would say tears sometimes. Because when it starts to be difficult, people stop. Maybe for 1 year, you will just have pain.
Does he think people who practice Muay Thai aren't in pain? Does he think people who get smashed in BJJ aren't in pain? Or people who get hit in the face in boxing class over and over again? Have you ever been suplexed? I have. I felt that for a month. Fighting sports are pain because fighting is pain. So that can't be the only reason why we don't see this type of stuff. Come on, be serious. I said in my Wing Chun video, these styles, Pak Mei included, are interesting for people who are already well-rounded fighters. And I do believe that, by the way. If you are an accomplished boxer and you are looking for ways to broaden your horizon, maybe spice up your game, there is value in trying these things. Seriously, because whatever is useful in it, you will be able to isolate and extract it because you know what works. Others don't. They believe it wholesale. Practicing the ancient martial art called visitng in a remote temple on the mountaintop that's gonna make you the most epic fighter after you've practiced it for 60 years every single day is not viable when Thomas, Moritz, and Peter and Fritz become somewhat proficient boxers within 2 years or 1 year of consistent training. Not to mention that that's just a fantasy. There is no hidden style that makes you an incredible fighter better than anyone else if you only practiced it hard enough. There is no shortcut, there is no magic ingredient. There is no blue shell. This isn't Mario Kart, man! At this point today, we know what martial arts teach you how to fight. It's already clear, there is no more debate actually. The only people pretending to still have this debate are the ones that don't fight, but want to convince you that they know how. You just have to go out there and practice the real stuff. Stop looking for obscure shit from countries that that you have some esoteric obsession with so that you can tell your boring friends who practice the mainstream stuff that you know the real deal. You don't. It's pathetic. No hate. Now, this isn't an exact rule, but generally, the more obscure the style, the more sure you can be that it isn't for fighting. Doesn't map on perfectly, but it's a trend. Almost every old Chinese person in Henan, China, in a village will tell you about some ancient lost Kung Fu style that they know and were taught as a kid. And it's usually just a form that's named after an ancient king or an ancient legend or an animal. And they can tell you exactly the principles of that ancient forgotten style and why it's so smart and why this is actually real fighting when it's not, man.
Every single element and animal has like a yin version and a yang version.
There's a good reason why your style died. There's a reason why traditional martial arts are dying. There's a reason boxing, Muay Thai, BJJ, wrestling, judo are rising to the top. Because when it comes to what works, the market of fighting sports self-regulates quite well. I want to make one thing clear. Absolutely no disrespect to Benjamin. Like I said at the start, he is good at his style. I don't know how to say this so that you believe me. This is not meant to be condescending or patronizing. He knows this style well. Also, Pak Mei looks cool as fuck. That alone, to me, is value. Some people think I'm kidding when I say this. I'm not. Why do you think I practice so much Shaolin Kung Fu? It looks cool and I think that's fine. One of the reasons why Sifu is such an incredible game, you should play it by the way, amazing, is because Pak Mei looks badass. I am never taking that away from it and nobody can and nobody should. And I hate that I look like the asshole for pointing out what should be obvious. It's not for fighting. No professional or amateur fight looks like Pak Mei forms or Pak Mei punch combinations. Even self-defense situations, which there are no rules. They come in all shapes and sizes, deadly, not deadly, group, no group, anything, do not look like this. Because people that get hit don't wait for you to finish the combo. People who are not used to getting punched in the face always have the same reaction to getting punched in the face. And that's look away, go back, and arms up. I might be the gamer, but it's you people who live in the fantasy world. It's like fucking Narnia over here. Talk in general, you, not addressed at anyone. You can tell in the end when he says,
I don't have nothing to prove to anyone. No. People who think martial arts are bullshit. Yeah, find your own way.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Stop saying that on the internet. Just,
that he feels personally attacked when you criticize Pak Mei. And I can understand why. It's hard to make videos like this that don't seem like I'm attacking him. Because I get it. This is your life and what brings meaning to you. And I respect that. I don't know what I can say right now for, if Benjamin, if you're watching, to make you believe this. All I can say, and I don't mean no disrespect to you, is that you have no fighting experience. At least it's not mentioned on your website. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. And that sparring session with Jesse, bro, come on. Listen, Jesse is a professional. How to say this? Jesse always tries his best to make people look as good as possible in his videos.
Wow.
That's what opens so many doors for him. He isn't gonna confront anyone. He's gonna spotlight you. That's his style. But make no mistake, Jesse is a fighter. Jesse knows exactly what works and what doesn't. I don't know if he's okay with me saying this. I'm on good terms with him. But Jesse isn't... whatever. Jesse is the real deal, but for his videos, he wants to... fuck it. And he chose to not really challenge you, but to give you tons of openings to show off some cool Pak Mei, and you still struggle to do that. Jesse's goal here is to give you opportunities to shine. And that didn't even work. Imagine against a boxer. Imagine the intensity and speed of movement of a boxer who's trying to actually hurt you. How can I say this respectfully, but wake up, man. There's a reason why Pak Mei presentations look like this. Rehearsed and choreographed. I did the same stuff at Shaolin, by the way. You might not believe me, but that is the exact same principle, except more fancy, because Shaolin is always more grandiose, and both people attack and defend. And now for all the classic, you go fight him then, comments. Oh, God. Okay, first of all, I would totally be down to roll with him, to have a judo, BJJ, or wrestling match. Not because I'm good at that, or because I know I will win, but because those are the only real fighting styles that I practice a lot. I don't mind losing. I tap all the time, but I'm not afraid to have a match like that against anyone, as long as we are respectful. I would fight Craig Jones tomorrow. He would tap me within 3 seconds, but as long as he stops when I tap, it's okay. I wouldn't be afraid to spar him in a seminar. That's how you learn. Secondly, I don't pretend to be a fighter. I'm not a boxer. I don't go around calling myself a master. I don't go around saying Shaolin Kung Fu is the best martial arts for fighting. You understand the difference? If you say Pak Mei is for fighting, Fight a fighter. Prove that against a fighter. What is fighting me gonna prove? How can I make some people understand this? I think legit, if you watch this video and you like already hate me, nothing what I say is gonna get through to you. Nothing. But if you just try to be open-minded, I'm trying to get through to some people here. Okay, I have a good example. Let's say Khabib Nurmagomedov says playing The Sims is his secret to success. That's what taught him to be a good fighter, playing The Sims. And then my grandma says, that doesn't really make sense, does it? And then he beats the shit out of her and says, you see? Does that prove that The Sims taught him how to fight? No. Closing words, I don't think I can change Benjamin's mind. Pak Mei is his livelihood and he's invested too much of his life to turn back now. The cost of realizing that something that you have spent so much time on isn't what you thought it was is monumental and scary. That's why I respect Rocker so much. He dedicated his life to Aikido, decades, and then realized it's bullshit. That takes real strength and character. Also, I am very familiar with this feeling of insecurity when you practice a martial art for a long time that doesn't spar or pressure test, but you want to keep telling yourself, no, it's for fighting. No, it's for fighting. If I wanted to, I could beat anyone up. If I wanted to, I could fight. If I wanted to, I could fight. No, you can't. But the healthiest thing is to just attend some actual fighting classes or just become honest and authentic and say, you know what? Pak Mei looks cool. Pak Mei improves your coordination. Pak Mei has a cool history and his Chinese culture and heritage. Pak Mei could improve and benefit your fighting skills. All these things are true, but no, we have to go the you wouldn't get it route. With that being said, Antoni out. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you just